if you ever decide you want to pack up all your belongings and move across the country in your car, yeah, everything is a mess. It's all a disaster. And I have like a day or two, maybe, depending on how quickly I can do this. Yeah, this is gonna be great. And there we go. After like 2.5, 3 days of just work, it's done. The whole thing's empty and I'm off. Probably should have done one of those transition thingies where you clap your hands and on the second half of the clap, you see the difference. And anyway, yes. The thing about loading up a wagon on stock suspension is you get some real tight fitment here. All right, we've gotten one stop done so far. Stopped in Truro, got some coffee, got some fuel, and we're on our way. So we'll keep going on this. There's a little bit of vibrations, so hopefully things aren't weird, but that's probably just the road. So when I bought this car, there was a bunch of random CDs just like loaded up. So I've been listening to this one from Paul Simon called Graceland, and honestly, it's kind of a road trip vibe. I am rescinding my statement about the Graceland album being a good road trip album. The first two songs were great for that, and the following ones, I don't know if I would define them that way. So I'm following Google Maps, and according to that, the most fuel efficient way to get from Moncton area to the other end of New Brunswick is to go up through the north, which you take the exit for Miramichi, I think, #French, great pronunciation, 10 out of 10. And yeah, that's supposed to be more fuel efficient, but the roads are slower and apparently it adds about 20 minutes, but saves a bunch of fuel. So we're gonna try that, we'll see what happens. We have the time to take. I'm not too worried about how quickly I get there. I'm beginning to suspect the reason why this route is more fuel efficient is because you end up getting stuck behind someone in an RV that they go exactly the speed limit, which is the speed that I normally go, of course, all the time, always. And yeah, you can't, that's the way it is. You're going the speed limit and you're stuck and you just go and it just saves fuel. Very good. So the oil light just came on, says we're a bit low on oil. So we're gonna have to divert a little bit. We'll actually stop in Miramichi and see if we can get some oil for this thing. Don't know why it's low on oil, why it's drinking oil, because I definitely checked the oil before we left and everything was fine. So we're almost an hour out from the nearest place that I can get oil from. So we'll just have to hope that we get there and the car doesn't blow up. So I don't really know where I am, but I just found this random Napa Auto Parts on the side of the road. So I'm gonna check it out, see if they have what I need. Rogersville, random little Napa Auto Parts in the middle of nowhere, but that's perfect. So we're just gonna, like $18 for 1 liter. It's not the great price, but it fulfills our needs. That is sufficient. Okay. We have a bit more in case it decides to drink more. And yeah, I guess we'll just keep going from here and we'll see what happens. Based on the upside, that means we don't have to go all the way out to Miramichi, so onward to Edmundston. After driving basically straight northwest for almost 2 hours, we've finally come to a turn in the road, which is crazy. And there's this beautiful road that we're not going on, but I wanted to document. So it's just this real pretty, like, it just goes down and there's a bridge. We're going that way now, so that direction. So I changed my mind. I looked at the map and it looks like they both go more or less the same direction. So I'm gonna take the alternate route because I like the idea of it. It doesn't really come through super well on camera, but it's really pretty out here. Very much just a back road. It works. Just drove by some random house and there was a guy in the yard that waved at me. It's just a friendly good time. Is that a bear? There was a bear just on the road that took off. I was not expecting that. I just went over this bridge and I wanted to share it. It's very beautiful out here. That was crazy. The second half of the trip, since I last recorded a clip, there was like no cell service. Randomly, there was a cop behind me for like 3 hours. The back roads kind of reminded me of Africa, if I'm honest. And we're probably about 10 minutes outside of Edmundston now. So we should be doing all right. Oil light came back on, so over the course of about 700 kilometers, this thing has drank about 1 liter of oil, which I'm not super happy about. I'm gonna have to look into what's going on there. So I'll figure out what's going on, but I have the oil, and we'll see if we can find more in Edmundston. All right, day 2. We're leaving Edmundston and we're going to be going to probably a little bit past Drummondville for the next stop is the plan. Picked up a little bit of oil, finally figured out how to get my Bluetooth connected to this car. So we've passed into Quebec and I did something stupid last night. I got over ambitious and tried to plug in a heating element into my power inverter that's just plugged into a cigarette lighter, blew the fuse. So I had to take the fuse from the rear power outlet and swap that over so I can at least charge my phone while I'm driving. All right, stop number 1. Coffee, of course. Now the thing you gotta remember when you're doing road trips like this is you still gotta brush your teeth, gotta clean up, gotta do those things. So just off of the Tims, there's a bathroom. It's kind of an info center. It's a pretty clean place. All right, coffee has been acquired. Into Quebec we go. Entered road repair territory in Quebec. The rain has started, which I thought was going to be a bigger pain than it has been so far. But one advantage of the rain is that it actually has helped to clear all of the bug stains off my windshield. So I'm happy about that. Quebec is absolutely insane. In between Déguéli and Rivière-du-Loup, like there's just an entire section of road repair, highway, redirection, everything's all over the place. At Rivière-du-Loup, there's you can't take the Trans-Canada. You have to follow this. Well, they don't even tell you where to go to avoid the thing. They just say you can't go here. C'est barré. So I have to figure out how to go south. Oh well, at least this way we get to enjoy the beautiful countryside Québécois, and we get to, see the sights and go at a slower pace. Although we are sitting in third gear at like 3,500 RPM. So, we're cruising. love about Quebec, honestly. There's these random huge rocks that just poke out of a completely flat landscape, and it looks so cool. Travaux, 2 kilomètres. Well, I was gonna say that nothing interesting has happened. It's literally just been kind of busy highway and raining since Rivière du Loup, or since that last stop, I guess. But we're outside Montreal and the highway has slowed. Well, we have stopped and I'm in first gear right now. We're going not very fast, so. Well, there we go. We're through Montreal. The sun is out again. Honestly, the misery and rain of this morning / the beginning of this afternoon more or less describes how I feel about Quebec. We're on our way to Ottawa. We're again taking the apparently fuel-efficient northern scenic route. Because Joe doesn't learn his lesson. So we'll see what happens. We'll see how this goes. It should be fine though. Pretty sorted. And there's only about 90 kilometers left until we get there. So, well, we've done it. We've made it to Ottawa. It's sunshine here. It's gorgeous. Leaves are green. Traffic is heavy. There's a Miata. It's a good time.